Hey guys, it's Lisa with Body Motion Evolution, and today I have a really big circuit for you. It is a 15 exercise circuit. It's going to take you about probably 19 minutes because there's a couple exercises where you're going to be doing uh, time on one side and then time on the other. So it's a 60-second work period for each exercise, and if I could get Suki to do them all, I would because it's a lot of stuff. All right, make sure you do a really good warm-up for this one. I'm just going to walk you through each exercise. There's nothing too terribly complicated, but I just want to make sure you guys feel comfortable doing them before you actually do the workout because some of them are a little tricky. All right, so the first one is, oh yeah, by the way, you're just going to need some dumbbells for this workout. I'm using a band for a row. You can also use dumbbells for the row. And I'm going to be using a step, as you'll see, for a bridge. You can use an ottoman, a stool. Just get creative. It's no big deal. You can work around all of this. All right, so your first one is a lunge. He smells another dog on my shoe, I think. A forward lunge with a reverse curl. Actually, no, I changed my mind. We're going to do a reverse lunge with a reverse curl. All right, so all that is you're going to step back, and as you come down, reverse curl. So my palms are facing down. Now I'm going to do all one leg, reverse curl, just like this, for the 60 seconds. So why 60 seconds? Because you want to work hard enough so that you're going to feel like you need to rest. All right, so then you're just going to switch the legs and do the other leg for 60 seconds. Second exercise is called side step on hands. You're going to come down here in a plank position, and you're just going to side step, keeping your hips, hi buddy, level, and then back the other way, back and forth for the full time. Then you can speed this up, or you can go really slow. It's up to you. If this bothers your wrists, you can do a side step plank on your elbows like this. Okay, there's always a way around it. All right, so that's your side step plank. And then we got a band pull. So if you don't have a band, you can just grab some dumbbells and do your standard rows, 2 hands, or a single arm dumbbell, then another one. But I'm just doing, for the purpose of this one, a pull apart. So you're just going to grab the band, pull it back, and release. This is a really heavy band, so I'm really working hard on this one. I'd probably choose a little bit lighter band than this. All right, so that's all that is. Or you can do a two-arm dumbbell row, or single arm dumbbell row like this. Okay, pick your poison. All right, now we got an elevated bridge. Gotta move a few things around for this one. Put my feet up on any surface, doesn't matter where. Dig your heels in, press them down, bring your hips up and down, and up and down. It helps if you drive your elbows into the ground. All right, so that's your elevated bridge, 60 seconds. Then you've got a single leg modified tree cutter combo. It might take a second to figure this one out. All right, so you're gonna be on one leg, balancing with, I got 10-pound dumbbells here. You know, I would say stick with 10 pounds unless you're a heck of a lot stronger, then feel free to use more. So I'm gonna bring one arm way out to the side like this, while the other arm stays close to my body. So this is my modified tree cutter out here. This is my tree cutter right here. So I'm gonna be doing this for actually 30 seconds. This is the only one you're gonna do differently. 30 seconds because the motion is very similar. And then you're gonna switch legs after 30 seconds. Bring the opposite elbow out wide, the other elbow in close. You might want to practice this one before you get to the workout so that you're not trying to figure it out when you get there. All right, so that's your modified tree cutter combo. And then we have a spider plank, which is, you've seen before, on your forearms. I like to go palms up, better on your shoulder. You bring elbow to the same, knee to the same elbow, okay? That is your spider plank. All right, minute of that, and a bench press. So the way I would like to do this bench press in this particular workout is a power press. I like to do this exercise on a ball, but we can do it here. So I'm going to press as fast as I can. Make my abs braced tight, my back pressing down on the floor or bench or whatever you're using. Okay, so you're picking up the speed on this one. It's power exercise instead of a slow strength exercise. Now we have a rotational sumo walk. These are fun. And if you do them right, they're going to feel pretty intense on your legs. So you start with your legs wide, get down in your stance, sumo squat style. You're going to pick up one leg, rotate. Pick up the other leg, rotate, etc. You can move forward, backwards. The point is to add rotation and stay low, okay? If it bothers your knees, you can stay right here in this stance and just take little tiny steps forward, little tiny steps backwards. Just keep your weight backwards, okay? You don't want any pressure into your knees. But do, if you can, take those big turns. Let your toes rotate, okay? That's a rotational sumo walk. And now, let's see, reverse lunge, chop, reverse chop. All right, so that is gonna look like this. Probably best I look this way. All right, so I'm gonna start like I got an axe in my hand, basically. It's up on my left shoulder, so I'm gonna step back with my left foot, chop across my front leg, and bring it up. So it's a chop, unchop, chop, unchop. So you're gonna do the full 60 seconds, one leg, and then switch, chop, unchop. Again, I got a 10-pound dumbbell here. You can do this body weight style too if you want. You can make it more of a power exercise, just like this. Okay, get your heart rate up a little bit more. Experiment with that. It's kind of cool to mix it up. All right. Then we got another press. If you can, find a way to do an incline press. Actually, you know what? All right, to change my mind, I'm gonna have you guys do a Rocca Press, which your hands down like this. You need to get an upside down V position. Drop your head between your hands and press here. This is very similar to an incline press as far as the muscles you're using. But don't leave your head up here, okay? That's more of a push-up. You want to drop your head, crown of your head comes to the floor. All right? Make sure you get that right. Crown of the head between the hands. All right, that's your incline press. Now we got a dumbbell crossover plank. You don't have to do this on a dumbbell. You can do this on anything. This happens to be a real stable dumbbell. You can just do this on the ground, on a bench. All right, so I'm going to be here. Then I'm going to reach my knee, my opposite elbow very slowly, bring it back. Knee, bring it back. So if I'm using a dumbbell here, you can tell the surface is going to be really wobbly. You can also do that same exercise on a medicine ball. You can, if you're having a hard time with it, you can bring it up to a higher surface like this. Do it here. Which I highly recommend if you are at that point now where you're having a hard time with those your wrists. This is a good thing to try. Okay, so that is your crossover plank. Now we're going to go into a Bulgarian deadlift. So put your foot up on an ottoman, a step, whatever you have. Hop forward a little bit. I have light weights still. You can add heavier weights to this if you want. And then you're basically just going to hinge with the weights right next to your legs, your leg, and up and down. All right, so you can see my knee bends right when my weights hit it, but not much. And all the work is coming from right up in here, okay? Not my low back. It's coming from my glutes and my adductors and my hamstrings. All right, so I'm right here in this, okay? So this is the whole movement pattern. Keep your back flat, shoulders back. Really important. Okay, so that is your deadlift. And then I forgot this one actually does have good old-fashioned tree cutters in it. So if you do the band, if you do these earlier, just do them again. All right. So when you get in this position here, it's really important that your butt is squeezed. Okay. You don't want to be relaxed in this position. Nice tight rear, and then row and down, row and down. I much prefer, because it works your body in the way we naturally move, to do one arm at a time with your feet together. So here, and then you're going to bring your rotation, so you can see from the front, my glutes are tight. I'm going to pull the weight back and then pull it up a little bit with my shoulder. So now I'm activating my lat. So back down, pull, down. That's a tree cutter, okay? So switch sides. Do 61 on one side, do 60 seconds on the other. Use appropriate weights, okay? When you get to 60 seconds, you should have had to rest somewhere in there. 2 more. These are the easy 2, but kind of, but not really. All right. This out of the way. Over here. This is a side-lying glute medius exercise. It's important that you get your leg in the proper position. So I'm going to lay down all the way. I'm going to take my toe, rotate it toward the ground, and then I'm going to touch the floor behind my front leg, and then squeeze my cheek. You should feel it squeeze right up here, and then touch it back down. It's fine to lay down through this whole thing. Touch, back up, touch. Do one leg for the full time. All right? And we'll switch legs. And last but not least, I was going to do this on the ball, but I didn't bring the ball out here. So most people don't, not everyone has a ball. So this is your low trap, which you've seen in my other videos, I'm sure. Anyway, you're just going to hinge. Where can I go? Right here. Hinge forward like this, just like you were on your tree cutters. Your thumbs are up, and you're just going to bring your hands up here and back down. If you want to add an additional challenge to this, you can put a couple of really light weights in your hands, and I mean lightweight because this is a really long lever exercise, and you don't want it to be all about your anterior shoulder. You want to be using your low trap, which is right here. So you want to feel that muscle in your back holding and supporting your arms when they're up here, not just the shoulders, and back down. All right? So 60 seconds of that, you're done. All right? So I think that ended up being closer to 20 minutes, but so those are the exercises. I'm going to put them in the list below. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to help you out. And again, this is Lisa with Body Motion Evolution. Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.